So hello and welcome everybody. I'm so happy to see everybody here this evening. It's been when Lisa approached me, I don't know, earlier this year about us launching our seventh Affinity Purdue Women's Network chapter in Ann Arbor. I was excited and was wondering how we're going to get this started. So we've been working really hard to this evening. And now we're just going to talk a little bit about Purdue for Life, and what better way to do it than via this video. So thank you, Lisa.
Stay connected, get involved, give back. We help people who love Purdue do just that. The Purdue for Life Foundation was created in 2020 by uniting the Purdue Alumni Association and the University Development Office. We're here to serve and advance Purdue, working across the West Lafayette campus and far beyond it. Purdue for Life offers you opportunities to engage with the university throughout your lifetime. Whether you're a graduate, friend, or fan, Purdue for Life offers countless ways for you to show your love for the old gold and black. At a high level, Purdue for Life includes the Purdue Alumni Association, President's Council, John Purdue Club, and the Parents and Families Club. The Purdue Foundation Student Board and Purdue Alumni Student Experience, or PACE, the largest student organization on campus, are also part of Purdue for Life. We connect Boilermakers throughout the world to the university through region and interest-based clubs and networks. In fact, we have more than 70 alumni clubs around the country, international alumni networks in more than 100 cities across the globe, and 11 affinity networks. And we're just getting started. Our flagship digital magazine, Purdue Alumnus, and monthly digital newsletter, Boiler Update, are two ways we help you stay connected. Our Boilermaker Station Welcome Center is the main hub for visiting alumni, fans, and prospective students, and serves as the launchpad for all admissions tours. We welcomed more than 40,000 visitors in 2022. We are offering a wealth of new and expanded opportunities for you to get involved through alumni living, lifelong learning, volunteerism, mentorship, and travel. And you don't want to miss our signature events. There are countless opportunities for people who love Purdue to give back and make an impact. And what an impact you made during the fiscal year that just ended. The collective generosity of our Purdue family reached a historic high. Talk about a giant leap. You are powering Purdue. Thanks to you, Purdue continues to strengthen its reputation in teaching and research while remaining affordable and accessible to brilliant young minds. And because of you, Purdue is stronger than ever. Together, through small steps and giant leaps, we can grant even more opportunities for future Boilermakers as we ensure Purdue grows ever stronger. It's our privilege at Purdue for Life and our persistent pursuit to help people who love Purdue stay connected, get involved, and give back. On behalf of our entire team, thank you for helping Purdue take the next giant leap. Boiler up. Stay connected.
Thanks, Lisa. So about the Purdue Women's Network. So I've had the amazing opportunity to see the Purdue Women's Network grow to what it is today. It was established back in 2018. And when we merged, the Purdue Alumni Association merged with the Development Office, we created the Purdue Women's Network. Today, there are now 7 chapters within the Purdue Women's Network, and those include the Chicago, Greater Lafayette, Indianapolis, Washington, D.C., San Francisco, Houston, and of course, Ann Arbor. There are dozens of volunteers that help put on a load of activities every year, and Lisa highlighted some of the bigger events here on this page, but I do want to just give a shout out to all the volunteer leaders that we have across the nation, making things happen throughout the year. So those are the chapter events, and these events that Lisa included on this page here is the Purdue Women's Network trip, which is happening next year in Provence, France, on May 28th to June 6th. We actually have a person on the call this evening that was in Italy with me. Susan, would you like to just say really something? Would you like to just I don't know, share what you thought about the trip in Italy?
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I see.
The trip was just absolutely fabulous, and we had a great time. It was very well organized. I highly recommend it. Only don't spread the word too much because it was a nice sized group and we want to keep it that way. But yes, it was wonderful. And Maria was a huge part of that. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. She traveled with a three sister group here. It was just amazing to see all the different, combinations of ladies that came. We had we had roommates, mother daughter,
Husband, wife.
husband wife. Two of the husbands came along. They were very discreet. Friends since 1965. Another girl group. It was really really a fun trip, and it was just wonderful. So thank you, Susan, for sharing that. If you ordered olive oil, it's at out. And then we've got the women's conference coming up next year on June 17th and 18th. It will be on campus. We have about 250 to 300 ladies that attend that event. Just want to make sure that everybody knows we are doing a call out for speakers. If you are interested in speaking at this event, please connect with me if you'd like to have more information. So that will be happening on campus next year in June. Thank you.
Those of you who have been with us for a long time through the Purdue Women's Network know that this conference has been growing every single year. So give yourself a round of applause.
Try to have fun, stay positive, and be resilient. Do your best, because your best is going to be so different from other people's best. Leave some time and space for yourself, for your self-care. No matter what obstacles you see, figure it out, push through, learn from your mistakes. I think women have a voice. We should use it. We earn the seat at the table. I use the acronym RANK. R, reach out aggressively. A, act on opportunities. And never let fear win. K, keep things in perspective.
Thank you, Lisa.
Maria, did you have anything more to say about the women's conference?
I don't think you'll give me 2 days, will you? I'm just so proud of it. Next year will be our 5th year. So expect some surprises and some celebrations. It's a big deal for us. So at the moment, no, but please don't hesitate to connect with me if you have any questions regarding the conference or anything women related. I'd love to talk to you. So thank you.
With that, we'd like to make sure that everybody is connected to Purdue, and it's very important for us to keep that connection back to our school, our friends, the activities that we really hold dear to us. And part of that is making sure that you are connected through our Purdue for Life Foundation organization, that you actually go in and have your account set up so that you can manage your subscriptions, so that you can hear from the areas and schools and activities that are going on lifelong learning. And with that, to connect to Purdue, you want to go to the Purdue for Life Foundation site, and you want to create your account or log into your account. Focus on your communication preferences, because you're going to find that there are numerous options within the communication preference that you can select your groups, your school, turn on the type of communications that you do want to receive. And please always remember to save all of your changes. We don't want to lose any of the changes that you make. And a lot of people will go in, check their boxes, and then forget to save. So if there is any issues with getting connected on Purdue for Life Foundation, please reach out to us. We'll be more than happy to help you. We're here to help you connect. And with that, the Purdue Women's Network of Ann Arbor, there are 3 very strong pillars that we're representing at Purdue University. It's engagement, philanthropy, and mentorship. The engagement is bringing us together to do fun things and just socialize and network with one another and share the passions that we have in common. Our mentorship is important because we're going to help women grow, connect, and just thrive within themselves. We also have been kicking off the new PACE mentorship program. SWE has a mentorship program. There are numerous student membership and mentorship programs that we're now a part of, that we're going to be facilitating and discussing. You'll find that we'll be doing about 3 events per chapter per year. So there should be 3 events coming from us this year, and Sarah will speak to that later. Now, with the 3 pillars, you know, we have an organization, and what we wanted to focus on was something that was very flat. So within mentorship, we have our local women, that would be Amy. We've got our students PACE, that will be Catherine and myself. Philanthropy is very important. You should always pay yourself first, and that's the Purdue Women's Network Scholarship. Women helping other women. Engagement, we have events, which will be Sarah and myself. Social media is going to be Megan and Catherine. And the person who keeps us out of trouble with our IT is going to be Sarah. The administrative portion of our team is Maria. She is our leader. She's our affinity director. Any questions related to the Affinity Network, the Women's Network, Maria has all the answers. If not, she'll get Stephanie to answer. Stephanie's very important to our team because she's our treasurer. She's the assistant director who's working underneath Maria. Stephanie keeps us in line, basically all of us in line. She's a wonderful lady, and I wish she was here tonight, but she's hosting another event for Purdue for Life Foundation. Myself, Lisa Brocker, I'm the president, and Amy is our vice president. We're here to help you answer any questions, listen to any ideas that you have, and help you network and connect with other women. This is our email address. Please take note of our email address. Maybe take a snapshot with your cell phone. You can contact us at any time, and we will get back with you as soon as we possibly can. With that, please join the Purdue Women's Network of Ann Arbor. If you're interested, we have a QR code for the Purdue Affinity Networks. Please go on, check us out. If you're interested in your Purdue alumni membership, we also have a QR code for that. This is a little bit of our first activity that we had as a working team. We met at Foaling. Sarah knocked down all the pins, and she was Queen Sarah. She was our winner for the night. We do a little bit of fun. We do a lot of bit of work. So with that, we're going to introduce our board members, and I'm going to go first. I'm the oldest of the group. I graduated from Purdue in 1983. I'm a civil engineer, very passionate about Purdue. I'm part of the President's Council, the RB Stewart Society. I'm very active with the Purdue Women's Network, which I've been pushing for about 1.5 years now. Jillian probably got tired of me asking. I'm active with the Civil Engineering Mentorship Program, PACE, and SWE. I was in automotive for 35 years. Majority of my work was keeping people safe. Vehicles safe, people safe. Children, passenger safety, the initial beginnings of women passenger safety back in the 80s and the early 90s. I have 2 wonderful pets, a dog and a cat. They like to camp, kayak. I do a lot of international travel. I've been to over 20 countries. I've lived in 3 different ones. My daughter's very similar to me. She has the nomad, let's go. Typically we say, let's go. We have our bags packed and we're at the door, and then we figure out where we're going. That's just a little bit about me. If you ever want to reach out, I'm a little bit of a extrovert. So Amy, would you like to?
I'm Amy Bridges. I'm probably the second oldest one on our board. And as I said, my passion is really working with people just to try to make the world a more inclusive, accepting, better place as we all learn and grow. So I'm very excited about connecting women in Southeast Michigan with one another and back to Purdue. I started in software, moved to education. I've taught high school math, I've taught college math, and then I went back into software and spent a long time developing software and developing curriculum for adults, which led me to what I do now, which is to develop curriculum for CPA practices. I'm very excited about the work that I do, and it does take me a lot of places to go speak and work with CPAs. I spend a lot of time in my community, though. I am very active in my church. As a matter of fact, I left a handbell rehearsal early to get here, but I'm very happy. And I'm going to call out that Julie Carpenter was in that same handbell rehearsal, and she's joining us by telephone in this call. I'm also vice president for communications for the Ann Arbor alumni of my sorority chapter, which really connects me back to Purdue, but also to a bigger group of women. So I love to be with other people who can lift me up, and I can hopefully lift them up. This board has been exciting and fun to get to know, and I can't wait for the rest of you to join us.
Sarah?
Hello, I'm Sarah Wozniak. I am the event planning and IT specialist for the group. And so I graduated from industrial management in 2003. My Purdue fun fact is that a group of friends and family return to Purdue for a football game every year. We usually have Mad Mushroom cheese sticks for dinner, and then followed by ice cream at the Silver Dipper each year since we graduated. So it's been about 20 years this year. And that group size can range from anywhere from 6 of us to 20 of us. I volunteered for the Humane Society of Huron Valley as a cat foster. We had 84 kitties stay in our house since the time that we started. And if you're ever in the Canton area, when around Halloween, specifically on Halloween, we carve 23 pumpkins. The most we've carved was 36 in 2021. So we have them all lit up in front of our house. We carve them 3 days before, and we set them out the night of, or the morning of Halloween, and then they go away and they go to chickens. And I spend my free time playing board games, party games, and planning events, which we'll talk a little bit more in a few.
Catherine?
Hi, everyone. My name is Catherine, and I am one half of social media and also part of the student and PACE portion of mentorship. A little bit about me is I graduated with the BS in Industrial Engineering in spring of 2022. Some of my passions are volunteering in the community, staying connected with my Ukrainian American heritage, and also staying connected with Purdue Student Engineering Foundation, or PSEF, which was one of the student orgs I was involved in all semesters when I was at Purdue. For my career, I'm a management engineer at a nonprofit, and I've been working there for just over a year. I love being outdoors, attending concerts, baking, not necessarily cooking, and I love taking part in Purdue traditions like getting a drink at Harry's. And my favorite quote is, "In a world where you can be anything, be kind." And for my pictures, that selfie with the people in blue shirts, that's me with some of my coworkers. We took part in a Heart and Stroke 5K walk earlier this summer, so they're awesome. That selfie in the center is 2 of my close friends that I met through PSEF. And then that bottom left picture is my senior design team. We went to Harry's after submitting our final project and all those documents. So yeah, and the rest of the photos are of my hobbies.
Catherine, where were you last week?
Oh, and I should have added, I also am very interested in traveling. I was in Germany last week, got to visit Oktoberfest and see also a college friend who's doing his PhD, abroad. So still catching up on jet lag.
You're doing a good job. Megan?
Hi, everybody. I am the second half of the social media team. As you will see based off of my pictures, I'm sure you're wondering why there's a House Divided flag. I'm wearing Michigan State. We're at the Breslin Center. Well, my husband actually graduated from Purdue, so I am Purdue alumni by family, by marriage, and I was extremely happy when Lisa asked me to be a part of this. I 100% said yes without hesitation. And my Purdue fun fact is actually when Purdue plays Michigan State, no matter whether it's in East Lansing or West Lafayette, we go. And it has been our tradition since we've been together. We've been together for about 8 years now. And we always stay at the Union. We always go to Harry's and after the game, we get Mad Mushroom Pizza. We always, whether we're in West Lafayette or East Lansing, we do each other's college traditions before and after the game. Just recently, we started going when Purdue and Michigan State play in basketball. But again, that is a very recent tradition. So no cool stories there just yet. As far as my career, I am in automotive. I grew up in Metro Detroit, so automotive has been in my blood since I was a little girl. I've been in auto for a little over 6 years. I am in marketing. During my time in auto, I've done a full circle, and I've worked for a third party. I've worked inside of a dealership at a auto group level, and now I'm with Lotus Cars at an OEM level. With that, I actually do travel for work and I do travel for pleasure as well. And because of my travels, I am a big collector of the Been There series Starbucks mugs. I'm big into Detroit sports. You could pretty much catch me at a Tigers game, a Pistons game, a Lions game, a Wings game. I would say that at least twice a month I am at a Detroit sports game. We are a big college football family. So we're even a Big Ten family. I'm going to be completely honest, and big sports enthusiasts. When I do have free time, I do enjoy cooking for my family, and my loved ones. I believe my pictures kind of explain themselves, but you can see my husband and I at the top pictures here. You can see us at Purdue for football games. The bottom picture, we just recently got our house divided flag. And I will say it is my favorite flag. However, there have been times where between my husband and I, we both say, just take it down. And the bottom picture is my husband and I at Breslin.
Thank you. Right now, we'd like to move into talking about some of the activities that we have coming up, and Sarah's going to be taking us through this section.
Yeah, this is the most exciting part. That's probably why most of you are here. Our first activity is going to be in the Ann Arbor area, and it is supporting the American Cancer Society with making strides against breast cancer. So it will be on Saturday, October 28th from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. If you're not in the Ann Arbor area, you can also look on Making Strides Against Breast Cancer for a location that's near you, and you could actually walk with that group as well if you wanted to join that event. We'll talk a little bit later about the sign up, the registration part of it, but you can also join our team on the American Cancer Society's webpage, and then it's under Purdue Women's Network of Ann Arbor. And if you're not able to join our team and you would like to make a donation, you can do that as well. And then as always, if you have any questions, please contact us at our email address, pwn-annarbor@purdueforlife.org. And we did post that in chat as well. So to kind of give you guys an idea of where we're going here, with the proposed events. So we talked about October 28th, the American Cancer Society event. And when you register, and one thing I forgot to mention on the last slide, when you register, we will also send an email with some additional details about where we're going to try to meet up and walk together as well. So that's the important part of actually registering through the Blackthorn, and what we're going to go over in just a few minutes is that you can get those communications for those emails about how where we're going to meet or any other details before the event. What we're looking for then next would be in the January and February timeframe. We're going to actually do an online workshop with a professional skills series. So we're right now kind of starting to talk about and plan that out with who's going to do the talk, but you'll be for sure get some emails around that, and watch the Blackthorn website for those and our social media accounts, which will be talked about in just a few minutes. So we're going to do some of those online workshops because it looks like some of you guys are all over the country too, joining us. So we're going to try to get a good balance between online, where you can join via Zoom like this, and where we could have local meetups where people who can meet in person would be able to network and communicate in person as well. So then the next in-person event that we have scheduled right now is for March 7th, and that is going to be a Detroit Pistons event. It's their Women's Empowerment Night, and we would like to show up there as well with a group. And so we will be getting that event created soon, where you would be able to register and get the link to purchase tickets for that as well. So what we're as we're going through this meeting, if you want to in the group chat, especially if you are local, or even if you're farther away from us, if you want to post like some things maybe you were thinking that you were looking for when you signed up for this event to get out of the Purdue Women's Network, go ahead and post those in chat, and we'll kind of take notes. I'm not saying that we can do everything that everybody suggests, but we're trying to prioritize and look to see what people are looking for in their events, and hopefully we can get together and have a great time. So there's other events that are also in that bigger picture. So Maria was talking about at the beginning, where there is the Purdue Women Network is part of Purdue for Life. And so they actually have monthly and annual events in West Lafayette, which we talked about a little bit already. But one of the things that is monthly is the cocktails and conversations. And so that is online. So you can sign up for that as well. And there's going to be one in October. And I forgot to write down the date for that. But the October one sounds like a really good event where they're talking with, I believe, a doctor. Should have wrote it down. My apologies.
Can I spell this really quick, Sarah?
Sure. Yes. Thank you, Maria.
It's October 10th. It's going to be Dorothy Teagarden. She's the director of the Purdue Women's Global Health Institute, and she will be focusing on breast cancer prevention. So we've got over 250 people already registered for that event. So it's just crazy, because you can see you've picked a good month to do your walk, right? Because I think someone's going to put that. Yeah, thank you. We can also put the link in the chat, but that's going to be happening on October 10th. So thank you for promoting that.
And then that happens also monthly. And I believe, Maria, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's other events scheduled done past that time already too.
Yes, we do. It's every month except for July and August when we take off.
Right.
Yeah, thank you.
Beautiful. And then in April, there is a day of giving to promote the Affinity Network. You may be aware of the Day of Giving for Purdue. They advertise it yearly. You can find that also on the social medias. And then, of course, what everybody's looking forward to, and some of us will be lucky enough to participate in, is the Purdue Women's Network trip to France. I do think I'm going to have to add a wine tasting on here before you guys go, so everybody's prepared for the excellent wines in France. And then June 16th, we're looking to do before the Women's Network Conference at Purdue, a Sisters Networking Night in West Lafayette. And what that means is that we would be meeting with like Chicago and the other 6 groups that Maria mentioned, and kind of meeting up with them before the network's conference, and then of course attend the Women's Network Conference at Purdue June 17th through the 18th. So there's also going to probably be more events that come up, so be sure to get registered on the Connect, as Lisa was talking about a little bit earlier. And then
let's jump right into that, Sarah.
All right. So this is the place that you want to be. There's all kinds of things going on here. So there is Purdue Connect and Blackthorn, which is what they call the event management, I guess. And so this is where you would want to go. And if you filter by affinity networks, that's how you would find our Purdue Women's Network events and how you would register. So I'm thinking that some of you may have found this already because you're here, but this would be how you would register for the Women's Networks, cocktails and conversations. And then we also have our fall event in October, And then as you can see, if you're going to be there for, I believe, homecomings this weekend, you would have, looks like there's also fall luncheons and other events that you can find in the area. And so this is how you would actually sign up. So if you have any questions at all, please don't hesitate to reach out to us, especially with registering for the events. And it's important that you register through here, even though you may find it on LinkedIn or Facebook or anything like that, because this will be how the Zoom links get sent out, and then also how we would communicate with you about any events in there. So that's why it's kind of important, even though you may know that we already are going to be someplace, to register through here is so that you get any pre-event communication, because this is where it's going to come out from. Did I forget anything, Lisa? Okay.
We're going to move into Purdue ties. Sarah's going to carry through with this.
Yes.
We've got Catherine and Megan. They're going to talk about our Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram.
So I wasn't aware of until I met this group, but there is actually a Purdue Ties, which is mentoring and networking platform. And you can go ahead and create a login and on here as well. And so this is great. Can't remember, Lisa, if the next slide, you'll see a join now. And then there is the website, PurdueTies.com. So pretty easy to find. And it talks about how you would get started and get your profile approved and everything like that. And so this is really great for networking and mentoring. They actually do have also job postings on here and some internships, and you can do mentoring. And I think the next slide. Yes. There is also a community with the Purdue Women's Network of Ann Arbor. So this would be how you could also sign up for any mentoring that you would like to do with the group. So we encourage you all to join that as well. Did I miss anything, Lisa?
Nope, I think
okay. Thank you. There's a lot of information.
It is. Megan, Catherine?
Yeah, so just like any women's group, we're gonna have social media. And this is where we have Facebook, we have LinkedIn, we have Instagram. This is gonna be where everybody can find out about the different events coming up. You can post about your Purdue ties, you can post anything that you are doing within Purdue. For social media, for Facebook, it is Purdue Women's Network Ann Arbor. The link is right below. After I get done speaking about the three, I will go ahead and post a link in the chat as well for everybody. It'd be a little bit easier. But you can find us on Facebook. You can go on to the next slide, Lisa. Right. You can find us on LinkedIn. Connect women within the three groups. If you know somebody within the Ann Arbor area that is not a part of the group, I would personally love for you to go ahead and send them the link and welcome them to join, especially through LinkedIn and through Facebook. Those are going to be the two biggest that we'll be promoting our events. And then our next slide is Instagram. And our Instagram page is PWN Ann Arbor. Same thing. Encourage your fellow Purdue alumni to join. If you're like me, encourage the wives by marriage to join as well. I believe that might be it for the three social medias. Thank you for posting them already. I appreciate it, Amy.
So please understand, you can be alumni, a friend, or a fan, or married to a Purdue Boy Biker. But we also include our friends and fans. So please bring your friends, anyone that you think would benefit from networking with our group. We're a very open group. So I think it's time for us to maybe move into some questions and answers or general discussion at this time, maybe addressing some of the comments in the chat, which I'm glad you guys have been paying attention to that because I haven't had a chance to look at it. Maria, anything that you would like to add, please?
You've covered a lot of information there, so thank you. So we do, just to maybe underline that there are the chapters, they do hold their events, but then you've got the Purdue Women's Network that's run from campus, and that's where we have the virtual events that are happening, the women's conference, the trip. We also have the fall luncheon that happens every homecoming. And then we've got a women's breakfast. If you happen to be in Naples, Florida in February, you can check that out. So we've got 5 signature events from the Purdue Women's Network, apart from what the chapters are doing. So there's going to be a quiz at the end here. See how much everybody is retaining. There's a lot of information on this call, but thank you. This will be recorded and shared out after the event, sometime in a couple of weeks or so, if anybody wants to refer back to this.
And actually, we have a trivia that we're going to be doing next, which Amy's going to be doing for us. And Maria says that we have gifts to mail out to everyone. So this is competitive, guys. Come on.
All right. So, like any good trivia, this is going to start easy and get a little bit more difficult as we get closer to the end. So here's what I'm looking for. I am looking for, trying to decide if it's easier to do answers in the chat or if it's easier to do, I think I'm going to ask you to come off of mute and just shout out answers. I don't think there are that many of us. I think that this will be a little bit more engaging this way. And for anybody who's maybe joining from a mobile device and chat is a little bit harder, come off of mute gets a little easier. So let me move this so you don't see the big black bar at the top. All right, you ready? First question. You might just want to unmute yourself and just kind of get ready, right?
Amy, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but we still see the thank you slide from Lisa. Are we supposed to be seeing something else?
I apologize. It says my screen share is loading.
Okay.
So let's stop there. Okay, let me try this again. Lisa, would you mind stopping your share?
There we go.
Emily, I really appreciate that you called that out. Now you should see trivia. Is this what we're seeing now?
We do. Thank you.
Fabulous. All right. So first question. Hopefully easy one. When was Purdue founded?
1869.
All right. So I'm going to say, after we get somebody who shouts out the answer, I need for you to tell me who it was. I'm going to keep track.
That was Emily Blue.
Emily.
Yep, I'm in East Lansing.
Fantastic. All right. So you see how it's done now? How easy this is? Here we go. Second question. True or false? The chains of the old oaken bucket are only I's or P's? True or false?
True.
False.
True.
Okay, I heard true and then I heard false. I'm going to ask for the raise of hands or unmute yourself and tell me your name if you gave us a false answer, because the answer is false.
That was me. That's Amanda. I'm Amanda Honeycutt.
Okay, Amanda, you want to tell us what else is on the bucket, not just I's and P's?
Well, what my thought was is that there is one IP on the chains because it was the year that they tied.
So I think there's actually more than one IP, and the very first year is an IP. The very first year that they put it on there, they were all ready to do I's or P's, and the first year of the old oaken bucket game was a tie. All right, fantastic. Which Purdue alumnus is known for landing the Miracle on the Hudson?
Chesley Sullenberger. Sully.
Wow, you even got his first name, which is Chesley. And everybody knows him as Sully Sullenberger. And more recently, you might know him as Tom Hanks when they made the movie. All right, 2 for Emily. I tell you what, folks, there's only 10 questions. So, finger on the button. Get that unmute ready to go. Purdue Pete was originally the mascot for what store?
University Bookstore.
Emily, you and I are on the same wavelength. Apparently, you know all the same trivia that I do. Because University Bookstore is the correct answer. And if you look back at the history of Purdue Pete, I don't know how they sold anything using early Purdue Pete as the mascot, because he was weird and creepy and scary. All right, next one. Which building remains from the original campus?
University.
Fabulous. Julie, of course. So I don't know, is that like not common knowledge for everybody? University Hall is the oldest building on campus. All right. What is the Memorial Union in memoriam of?
World War I.
Emily's got it. It is students and faculty that were lost in World War I. All right. Purdue women's basketball team won the championship when? What year?
Okay, I don't want to have to answer again, but it's 1999.
1999. Emily, you are going to get the crown for #1 Purdue fan, I'm afraid. I mean, we're all big fans, but come on. Somebody, we got to give her a run for her money. All right. When John Purdue made the original donation of land and money, how much money did he give? What did it take to get a university named after you in the 1860s?
I think it was.
Was it 150?
Oh my gosh. Fabulous. It was 150,000.
Yay.
Is it Zina?
Zaina. I can't believe
Zaina.
I remembered that.
I can't believe anybody knew that. I am super excited. All right. You know what, Zaina, we're giving you double points for that one. I'm just saying, I made up the trivia. I get to make up the rules. So it is now Emily 5, Zaina 2.
Thank you.
Amanda 1, Julie 1. All right. What was the name of the act of Congress that created the land grant college in Indiana and also Michigan State? And which president signed it?
Morrill Act, and that was Abraham Lincoln.
All right, Emily, bonus
in
points.
1863. In 1863.
It was 1862.
Oh, okay.
All right, so we're gonna have to get Emily's credentials here at the end in just a moment. I think we've just got 1 or 2 more questions. Let's do a couple more trivia questions. What year did Purdue first admit women?
Was it
Purdue was, we know that the Morrill Act was signed in 1862. We know that Purdue was founded in 1869. When did we first have female students and female faculty? It's the same year.
1875.
Zaina for the win. All right. So actually, Zaina got the last question right. But I'm going to say Emily for the win. Fantastic. So Emily, tell us, how do you know so much about Purdue trivia?
Oh gosh. Well, I'm probably going to get disqualified when I say this, but I worked at Purdue. Well, of course I went there. I worked there in their Marcom department, and I served as the brand manager for Purdue University for a number of years. So I learned and absorbed every little tidbit of knowledge there was to know about Purdue in that time.
Okay, I'm pretty impressed. I gave tours when I was an undergrad, and that was a really long time ago, and I still remember a lot of it. Zaina, how do you know so much about Purdue?
Well, for the women related questions, I was an executive in women in business at Purdue for 3 years, so I just kind of got to know all those fun facts. And what was the other question? Oh, that, I think the one I got right, the 150K, is just, I heard it somewhere and I just kind of remembered. I was like, was it this?
I know. I have to admit, when I learned that, I've often thought like $150,000 to get an entire, I mean, you can't build anything for $150,000 now. All right. Do we have time to do one more little piece of an icebreaker? This one's going to go fast. All right.
Go for it.
take yourself all the way back to 2021 when everything was a put a finger down challenge. So if you're not on camera, I'm holding you to it. You need to put your hands up. If you are on camera, 2 hands up. Because I've got 10 questions. Hopefully you've got 10 fingers. If you don't have 10 fingers, that'll be a get to know you icebreaker question on a different day. But I want to know how many fingers you're going to put down. So put a finger down if you know all the words to the chorus of Hail Purdue. I have to put a different finger down. I can't put that one down by itself. Put a finger down. And I should give you bonus points if you know all the words to one of the verses to Hail Purdue, but you know, to your call once more, we rally alma mater. Yeah. Okay. Number 2, put a finger down if you've gone on a fountain run.
Oof.
Put a finger down if you've ever eaten at the XXX or the Tri-Chi. Put a finger down if you have taken a picture with the Neil Armstrong statue. I have not, because I am old. Put a finger down if you have explored tunnels that are still open to the public. Let's not talk about whether or not you've explored tunnels that are not open to the public. Put a finger down if you have ever attended an IU Purdue bucket football game. Put a finger down if you've ever been sledding on Slater Hill. Now, I know that there are years when there was not a lot of snow, so, you know, you got to take advantage, right? Put a finger down if you have attended a men's basketball game at Mackey and a women's game. So you have to attend both men's and women's to be able to put a finger down on that one. And finally, whoops, not finally, put a finger down if you have dressed up and attended Breakfast Club. And I'm going to tell you, I don't get to put a finger down on this one, because when I was in college, we didn't dress up for Breakfast Club. It was just Breakfast Club. So if you've dressed up for Breakfast Club, finger down. And finally, put a finger down if you have a photo with Purdue Pete. I know Lisa does, because I saw it in her Get to Know You. All right. So tell me how many fingers you have left up. I saw a lot of people are down to 1 hand. So Zana's only got 1 finger left. Anybody can beat 1?
I'm at 1.
We have several.
I'm at 1 too.
Oh, Julie's at 1. Well, of course you are. I almost told you the questions ahead of time and then decided I shouldn't. So Julie, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself, since we know a little bit about Zana. How do you how have you had so many Purdue experiences?
Well, my son's I'm a Purdue grad. My son's there now. My son is a 5th generation Boilermaker. I think at one point we counted that so far we have 33 Boilermakers in our family. So we've been there a minute. And we just tried to get everything out of it we could while we were there. But because my son's there now, we get the added thing with like the pictures with Neil Armstrong. And I was in like every band under the sun. So I was at
No, you weren't, because you didn't do AMR.
That's true. I didn't do AMR. I did everything else.
Yeah.
So I played for every sport. And so, yeah.
Yeah. So Zana, how did you manage to put 9 fingers down on this? You have a management degree and you had all the experiences?
I'm just a really big fan of the Purdue traditions. And I got that, after COVID, a lot of stuff stopped, like the fountain run and stuff. But luckily I was there for like 10 months before COVID hit, because it hit in March. So got to do a lot of that. But yeah, I just like doing those traditions with my friends. And now I still go back almost every other weekend. So I'm going there this weekend for homecoming. So I still try to do them.
Good. Who were my people that had like 2 or 3 fingers left?
Anybody? I had 1 as well. I don't know if you heard.
Oh, Alyssa, you had 1 as well. So tell us about how do you have all the experiences?
Similar to Julie, I was in band as well. Played in a lot of the different bands. So I think they like to carry through a lot of the traditions within the section. So I think that's probably where I got most of my experiences ticked off the list.
I should have kept some of the questions in that I wanted to. that were all the music related questions, but I decided I'd make it a little bit broader than that. All right. Is there anybody else that wants to share a favorite memory or a favorite reason that you were able to put lots of fingers down before I pass back off to Lisa? I love getting to know one another. Samantha, tell us about your experience.
So I was a senior when COVID hit. So I missed out on Breakfast Club. I missed out on graduating because like I turned 21 and everything just shut down. So it was definitely a bummer, but I'm still trying to find the time to actually go back and hopefully participate in some of those things.
Have you been to a football game yet this year?
Not this year, no.
Is it on the list?
Yes.
Yay.
I live right down the road from the big house in Ann Arbor, and I'm hoping to go to the Purdue U of M game and hopefully don't get too many nasty looks from the Wolverine fans. So
I will be tailgating with the director of admissions for engineering at U of M. So yeah.
I want to go.
So Amanda, what about you? How'd you have all the experiences? I noticed you were 5 and 5 on yours.
Yeah, I was there. I graduated in 2016. So I graduated with my Pharm D. So I turned 21 later after all my pharmacy classmates. So especially that 5th year of school when all your friends from that with their BS degrees leave, then your class just kind of gets tighter. So we all, made sure we all went to Breakfast Club, and because we all wanted to make sure we got all of our traditions done, and we went to IU Purdue games. And especially my 5th year of school, the basketball games, actually, they got a little cheaper. So we all would buy the tickets that were like 2 for $20 or $12 games. So, and then me and my pharmacy classmates, if we didn't have an exam or something, we were going to the game. So it was a lot of fun.
So while you were in college, I was working for Pharm Academic.
Oh yeah.
We'll talk.
Yeah.
I don't work there anymore. So I'm just, feel free, but Marianne or Leslie or Amy, anybody else, Susan, anybody else want to share any of those experiences of putting those fingers down?
It was too long ago.
I know.
20 years.
When I was looking at I pulled some lists, right, and cobbled some things together, and I thought, oh, I have to put some younger people things on here, but some of those are too young for me.
I do have a question before we move on, Lisa.
Is there anybody else who wants to share any of their experiences? We have a couple of people who haven't spoken up, and I just want to give everybody an opportunity. Yeah, Zaina?
I already spoke, but I had a fun memory I wanted to share. I went to the Big Ten final last year, Michigan versus Purdue, and I made this shirt, which was like half Michigan, half Purdue. So and I sat in the student section, so I was only half hated. Someone mentioned, they're gonna get some dirty looks. So this was really fun. You have a sewing machine. I definitely recommend doing something like that.
Megan, you need that shirt for your husband. You need a state Purdue shirt.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wear it.
Oh, tell us.
I have a Purdue shirt that I'm not allowed to wear because anytime I wear it, the men's basketball team loses. So, and I don't even know where it's at. I think he threw it away, to be completely honest.
All right, Sarah, what's your question? And does anybody else have a memory?
So my question is, where are people actually located? Because it seems like there are very few actually in Ann Arbor, and I'm just curious.
Well, I think Samantha and I are in Ann Arbor.
Okay.
I am also a mile and a half from the big house.
We got 3 because Catherine's in Ann Arbor.
I'm also a mile away from the big house.
I'm in Ann Arbor as well.
Okay, Leslie's in Ann Arbor.
I am as well. Well, I live in Ypsilanti, but I work for the University of Michigan, so I essentially live there.
We had East.
Oh,
go ahead, Megan.
Van Buren, which is about 20 minutes from the big house.
And I think there were 2 of us in Canton. Is anybody else in Canton? And we had East Lansing.
I'm Farmington Hills.
Farmington Hills.
I'm in Brighton.
And Brighton.
And I'm in Saline.
Nice.
My family's in Saline. I'm from Dearborn, but I live in Kentucky right now.
I'm in Clarkston.
I'm in Milford, just east of Brighton.
All right, so the farthest is, well, Kentucky, but after we get that, and then we get East Lansing, and then we get Clarkston, because Clarkston seems like it's on the other side of the world from here.
It does.
Cool, just wanted to know for event planning purposes, so thank you.
That's Sarah, always working. Well, I would really like to take the opportunity to thank everybody for joining us tonight. We're so happy to see you. We're happy to be part of the Purdue Women's Network. We look forward to doing fun and exciting events. You know, we'll keep you posted. Maria, I think, has a few things that she'd like to say. Where is my Maria? There she is.
You know, I'm going to ask for a picture. Since I can't do a selfie, can we just take a group picture so I can post it across social media?
Honey, Amy and Leslie, could you please turn your cameras on so we can see you? There we are. There's Amy. Leslie,
do we want to
please.
do it? You or one of
There
I
she
can do
is.
it, or they can. I can do it real quick. Okay.
Well,
there.
you do the selfie. You're the selfie queen.
I know.
You're the best. I've been trying to mimic your, photos when I was.
It's always tilted, and people were like, "Can't you do it straight?" I was like, "No, it's my thing." Okay. When I count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
You get it?
I got it. Oh wait,
Hey.
it was out. I don't know why it didn't work. Can we do one more time? I don't.
Go.
Here we go. 1. Let's see. Wait. 1, 1, 2, and 3. Oh, I don't know why it's not working, ladies. I know why. Okay, 1, 2, and 3. I'm gonna cut it, and we are good. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Have a great night. Reach out anytime you need any help, questions, or you have ideas. We're here for you. Thank you. Have a great night.
Thank you.
Thank you all.